Hello YouTube, I am coming off of a very aggravating and stressful and otherwise mind-numbing trip, and I figured what better way to talk about it than to take something that was long and make it really short, to take something that was really aggravating and make it amusing. And so therefore, I would like to present to you for the first time ever, On Wings, Storytime Edition. Report time, 8 a.m. Uneventful. Nashville turn, 2-hour sit. Overnight in Orlando, no problems. Was that a foreshadowing of things to come? Not at all. 6:30 a.m. report time. Everything is going well. Too well. We get off the gate, we take off, and we fly all the way to Dallas. We're hoping to get out of Dallas as quickly as possible because there are reports of freezing rain. We land in Dallas. Freezing rain, nowhere to be found. However, our gate is occupied. We can't get to it. Why? Because evidently everyone's got a de-ice, and evidently they will not let the aircrafts leave the gates until there is space for them in the de-icing line. Therefore, we sit on the ground for 40 minutes waiting for our gate to be vacated. We get to our gate, we deplane, and we have 1 hour before our departure to Sacramento. Everybody decides to go get food, and then we wait patiently for our aircraft. Then we're notified of a gate change. We go from the A gates to the D gates. There's an aircraft at the gate. It's supposed to be departing for Vancouver. However, it's been sitting there for 3 hours. Talk to the pilots. Pilots talk to us. Turns out one of them used to work for PSA, as well as myself and one other flight attendant, and we trade a bunch of good old-fashioned PSA stories while we wait. No updates. Captain is calling. Nobody's at the gate. And our aircraft is somewhere on the ground, but nowhere to be found. No one knows where it is. All that we can see is a continuous rolling delay. Delayed 15 minutes, delayed 30 minutes, delayed 45 minutes, delayed 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. How long could it last? Who knows? You're trapped in the endless cycle of a rolling delay. Vancouver flight reopens and passengers come off of the aircraft after sitting for 3 hours. They mill about, muttering about the delays, search for food, and eventually return to the gate and get back on board. As we discuss it, the pilots begin to realize that the witching hour is upon them and they will soon turn into pumpkins, meaning they will time out. And soon after that, we will as well. Rolling delay. The Vancouver aircraft is completely boarded and pushes back, but does not go to get de-iced because there's still no space in the de-icing lane. At this time, our pilots time out. We don't for another 2 hours. Another gate change. Go from D gates to A gates. The Skylink is shut down, so everybody's walking. As the delays continue to roll, we rapidly begin to approach our own witching hour. We may soon time out. And if you work in a healthy work environment, you know that communication is essential to having things go properly. So we let the gate agent know that we're going to time out soon. That's a great idea, right? Finally, we have everything we need. We have an aircraft and we have pilots. We have passengers and we have ourselves. We begin the boarding process. Every single passenger is on board, and the captain makes an announcement. All bags are on board, and we're ready to push back from the gate. We are 6 minutes away from timing out. The aircraft doors are closed and armed. All call, everybody's ready to go. 6 minutes later, the captain makes an announcement. No bags are on board the aircraft, and we'll be sitting here and waiting until we get them. Now at this point, legally, because the door is closed, even though we have actually timed out, we are still required to sit through this charade. After another hour, all bags are on board, and finally there's space for us in the de-icing lane. So now we're off to Sacramento. When we arrive, we split with the pilots because they have a different hotel. We go to ours and eventually are notified that the pilots' hotel did not have rooms for them and they are enforcing their rest time, which is going to delay our departing flight tomorrow. Shouldn't cause too many problems, should it? We are scheduled to be flying from Sacramento to Phoenix, Phoenix to Orlando, and Orlando home for a beautiful day 3. Everything's going to go exactly according to plan, isn't it? Or not. Since the pilots insisted on getting their legality, even though they didn't look out for us getting our legality, we are now delayed so much that we are missing our connection in Phoenix. I wonder what they'll do to us. Maybe just deadhead us home? Arriving in Phoenix, we are contacted by crew scheduling informing us that we will now be required to work a leg to Philadelphia and that we will be overnighting in Philadelphia, and on day 4, we'll be deadheading home. Phoenix is completely out of all 8 reserves that they had on duty, and now we're required to do whatever they say. Don't go through Phoenix. We arrive in Philadelphia. It's too late for us to get a flight home because there are no more direct flights to Charlotte, and so we're required to go to the hotel as scheduled, except there's no transportation for us because crew scheduling decided that, yes, we'll send you to a hotel, but we won't give you a way to get there. So we have to stay on the phone for a long time, on hold, until we get a van. We get to the hotel and find out that no scheduled transportation has been arranged for us to return to the airport in the morning. So on hold, and finally sleep. Tomorrow will be a better day. 8 a.m. departure. Van arrives on time. We get to the airport, clear security, and get on board. I just want to go home at this point. We're boarded. We push back from the gate and sit and sit and sit. 15 minutes later, we return to the gate. The pilot informs us that an engine won't start, and now we'll be required to do an air start on the engine and fill out a bunch of paperwork before we can leave. 1 hour later, we push back from the gate, take off, and now we're merrily on our way home. Nothing else could go wrong now, could it? Final approach. I'm looking out the window. I don't see the ground. Clouds, 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 and then suddenly, the top of the parking garage, and we're going right back up again. The pilot announces that due to low visibility, we're going to have to take a second try. Fortunately, we have enough fuel to try again, but if we miss the second time, we may have to divert. At this point, I'm just laughing hysterically because I know everything can continue to go wrong all day long. But we approach again from another direction, and we make it to the ground. And honestly, that was the happiest drive home I have ever had. And they all lived happily ever after until the next trip. So I hope you like that shortened version of everything that transpired on a trip that I really didn't have the energy to record. But stay tuned because we're going to have some more great videos coming up soon, including the next trip. We'll be seeing you then. Benjamin, out.